Gabby Petito's parents sue police for $50 million. I'm Melissa Melotti, your host, and let's get into it. A cross-country road trip turned into a tragedy. Beginning on July 2nd, 2021 in Blue Point, Long Island, Gabby Petito and her boyfriend Brian Laundrie set off on the trip of their lifetime that would have a deadly ending. On September 19th, 2021, Gabby Petito's body was found in Wyoming and was ruled a homicide. Before her body was found on August 12th, the Utah police pulled Gabby Petito and boyfriend Brian Laundrie over to investigate a call claiming that a witness observed a domestic dispute. The witness is quoted as saying, "The gentleman was slapping the girl. They ran up and down the sidewalk. He proceeded to hit her, hops in the car, and they drove off." Gabby's family believes that the police did not handle the situation properly and that they could have prevented the death of their daughter. Petito's family is pursuing a wrongful death lawsuit for $50 million against the police department in Moab, Utah. They are seeking damages for negligence and wrongful actions. They have claimed that the officers failed to enforce Utah state laws, properly train their officers on what DV incidents can look like, and properly assess the circumstances to identify Brian as the true aggressor in this situation. In the body cam footage from August 12th, Gabby is seen crying while explaining to the cops that, quote, "We've been fighting all morning. He grabbed me with his nail, and I guess that's what it looks like. I definitely have a cut right here. I can feel it. When I touch it, it burns." We hear the police reply, "Did he hit you though?" To which Gabby said, "I guess, but I hit him first." It was explained that the altercation happened because Gabby was trying to start a vlog and got frustrated because Brian got into the car with dirty feet. Gabby explained that she has bad OCD. When questioned about the incident, Brian acted like the victim and pleads with the officers to not press charges. Brian says, quote, "I'm fine, I look good, and I hope she doesn't have too many complaints about me," and then proceeds to laugh it off. How they didn't spot a guilty conscience from those words, I do not know. Not to mention that he's smiling throughout the video, which garners the question of how could they not recognize that he was clearly showing signs of being a psychopath trying to control the situation. I'm not a cop, and I could have seen that. The police never documented Gabby's injuries on her face, however, they documented the injuries Brian had on his arm though. The officers minimized the seriousness of the situation and chalked it up to Gabby being the aggressor and categorized the case as disorderly conduct. They separated the couple for the night, putting Brian up in a hotel and giving Gabby the keys to the van, but no charges were filed. After that night, Gabby and Brian continued on their journey until the end of August, when Gabby's family started to suspect that something was wrong as they hadn't been in contact with her. Gabby Petito's body was found about a month later on September 19th in Wyoming. Shortly after, Brian Laundrie's body was found in Florida on October 20th, and he took his own life. Something that the police should have realized is that a lot of DV victims believe that because they were physical first, that is what makes their situation different than your typical DV case, and that is why they don't believe that they are victims of DV. Of course, in some cases, that would make them the aggressor, but there are a lot of cases where they aren't as well. This is a sign the police should have been aware of, not to mention that she was clearly the one distraught and crying, and the fact that the witness that called the police said that he clearly saw Brian aggressively hitting Gabby and not the reverse. One of the lawyers for Gabby's family, attorney Brian Stewart, is quoted speaking about the lawsuit saying, "The officers failed to recognize the danger that she was in and failed to investigate fully and properly." Another lawyer from their team, Jim McConkey, said that her parents are filing this lawsuit to honor Gabby's legacy by working to save the lives of victims of domestic violence throughout the United States and the world. Gabby's parents say they will continue to fight to get justice for their daughter. Was Gabby Petito's death a result of police negligence? We'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I'm your host, Melissa Melotti. You can follow me on Insta or YouTube at Melissa Melotti, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.